Good evening. The news summary for this Tuesday, 10th March. After several years of waiting, secondary school students of La Digue are finally in a temporary school of better conditions in comparison to what they were in previously. While some students were focusing on their lessons, others were giving a hand to remove furniture and equipment from the truck, stuff that they could not move until today. During the morning's assembly, the students were reminded by the head teacher, Michelle Madeleine, to keep the temporary facility in good condition because even if it is a temporary facility, it will be used as a school for at least 3 good years.
If we catch any student who has vandalism, whatever, in the school, then they will have to replace it. We'll inform their parents because we're going to be very strict with this. We're supposed to be here for 3 or 4 years, so I expect by the time we leave to go to the new school, everything is still in order here. I'm very grateful to all those who have given us a helping hand with relocation to the new temporary school. But the problem was that it was raining on Wednesday, Thursday. So this is why we couldn't move the furniture and other equipment. So this morning, they still come and give us a helping hand, especially those who have pickup trucks to finish with our relocation to the new temporary school.
President Dr. Patrick Emini has visited the Public Order and Tactical Response Unit, POTRU, located in Petit Paris this afternoon. He says the government is considering the unit to move to another location as the building is not stable for them to continue to stay there. The president, along with the Minister for Homeland Security and Civil Affairs, James Kami, have seen the amount of damage to the building from the explosion that occurred at CCCL on December 7th, 2023, where they also got affected. During his visit to Potru, the president also took the opportunities to see the place where the dogs which are used during the operations are being kept. Following his visit to Potru, President Emini also made his first visit as president to the Coast Guard at Ile Perseverance. He said that he was very satisfied and impressed with what he saw. The President, Dr. Patrick Emini, will undertake an official overseas mission to the Republic of Mauritius from 12th to 14th March. During this visit, President Emini will also attend to celebrations marking the 58th anniversary of Mauritius' independence from the British Crown in 1968 as guests of honor at the invitation of Prime Minister of Mauritius, Dr. Navin Ramgoolam. The state visit aims to further strengthen the long-standing relationship between Seychelles and Mauritius, with the discussions expected to focus on enhancing cooperation in areas of mutual interest. President Emini will be accompanied by First Lady Mrs. Veronique Emini, together with a high-level delegation comprising of ministers and senior officers from Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Diaspora, as well as the Ministry of Environment, Climate Change, Energy and Natural Resources. The visit reflects Seychelles' commitment to deepening its engagement with international partners while advancing initiatives to promote social well-being, reinforce economic resilience, and support sustainable national development. State House emphasizes that the mission is undertaken in the national interest with the objective of securing tangible outcomes for the people of Seychelles and further strengthening the country's constructive role within the international community. The Commission of Inquiry into the Hotel Development Project on Assumption Island heard a testimony from the Secretary of State for Cabinet Affairs, Margaret Mumu, to clarify certain aspects of the project. The commissioner specifically wanted to know how many times the Assumption Island hotel project had been discussed in the cabinet. Mrs. Mumu indicated that the matter had been discussed 3 times between 2024 and 2025. According to her testimony, the first time, the cabinet chaired by former President Wiveram Kalawan examined the project in connection with Ocean Breeze Limited was in March 2024. At that time, the Ministry of Lands applied for approval to grant the company a lease on a portion of Assumption Island in partnership with the island's development company, IDC. Mrs. Mumu clarified that this proposal had been approved by the cabinet subject to an initial payment of 20 million rupees for a 70-year lease. The second discussion took place in April 2024 when IDC requested that its lease be extended from 70 to 99 years to allow it to lease this plot of land for the hotel project. The cabinet approved this request. It was also decided that the 20 million initially allocated to the IDC would be deposited into the consolidated fund. The third discussion took place in March 2025 when the new CEO of IDC presented his plans and proposals for the company. The Ministry of Employment and Human Resource Planning has outlined its plan to address the challenge of unemployment, presenting her ministry's budget, which was approved by the National Assembly this morning, for a total of 48,737,000 rupees. Minister Edith Alexander noted that the number of young people who are not in employment remains a concern. According to the minister's statistics show that the unemployment rate in the third quarter of 2025 stood at 2.6%. However, she pointed that although this figure is considered relatively low, the unemployment rate among young people is 3 times higher. Ms. Alexander explained that based on global standards, this level of youth unemployment is regarded as severe. To help address this issue, she said the ministry will strengthen partnership with key stakeholders through initiatives such as the My First Job program, as well as through skills development program and unemployment relief schemes. A new CEPS interim committee on Pralay has been elected. André Sofa is chairman of the committee, Natasha Gaile, the vice chairman, and Farida Kami, the secretary. The election was held recently on Pralay in the presence of chairperson of the board of CEPS, Dr. Odile Dekomamo. There are several associations on Pralay and Digue, but only one registered with CEPS. During the meeting with representatives of the associations present, CEPS explained the advantages of becoming a member, which include receiving training, accessing various financial sources, among others. Dr. Odile Kumamo also emphasized on the need of having a committee for Pralay and La Digue. The committee elected will remain in an interim committee until there are more associations registered as CEPS members, of which they have been given 6 months. That's the end of this news summary. Join me at 8 for the news bulletin in Creole. Until then, have a pleasant evening.